Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to Leonyx Tarot. Today we're doing a pick a card reading on messages from your soul tribe, and we have 3 piles to choose from. We have this, I think it's a sunstone. I will double check. If I've got it wrong, then I will put it underneath here somewhere so that you know what stone this is, what crystal it is. Not quite named this one yet, but this big boy is for pile 1. I did want to find 3 that were the same size, but unfortunately I don't, and I was really strongly called to use this one with pile 1, so there must be some significance there. For pile 2 we have this piece of clear quartz, or crystal point I should say, and then for pile 3 we have this smoky quartz point. So feel free to pause the video if you need to choose which pile you feel most drawn to, and I will see you in your reading. Hi there pile 1, welcome to your reading. So this is your reading if you chose this large pink tower. I'm going to pop that up there for a second, actually I'll put it there. And we're going to look at your oracle cards. Now these will represent the energy that you are in at the moment, what you're going through at the moment, and you should know whether this is your pile by the time that we've looked at these, and then if it doesn't resonate, then feel free to check out one of the other piles. If none of the piles resonate, then it could be that there isn't a message here for you at this time, but there's also other readings on the channel that you can check out if you feel called to. So let's see what we have here. Adjustments are required, 3rd quarter moon, and we have, yes, I can't pronounce that one, but it represents divine feminine, birthing and fertility. And we have another one I'm not sure how to pronounce, but that's to do with light codes, energetic shifts, new information, and end of a cycle. And then we also have Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study and higher learning. So let me just move these around a little bit, as I've got more. We're going to be using more cards today than what we normally do, because I don't know, it just felt like the right thing to do, and it's been a while since I've done one with like an energy check part of the reading as well, so I just felt called to do that and kind of mix things up a little bit. So pile 1, it feels like you're going through an upgrade and almost a paradigm shift. You're integrating the lessons that you came here to learn and experiences that you've had more recently, or possibly the healing work that you've been doing from things that you experienced when you were younger, and it's enabling you to almost go through a rebirth, and it's like you've been in, or you may still be in, like a cocoon phase where you are focusing on your inward world and your internal well-being and the healing that you're doing. But if you aren't already, it's almost time to come out of that cocoon and show the world the butterfly that you're turning into or have turned into. And with the adjustments required here with the 3rd quarter moon, it feels almost like you're in a way possibly feeling like you're being tested. It could be that things are coming back up for you that you thought you'd healed from, and they're kind of coming back and circling back around again. this could be also people from your past that are coming back round, or similar situations, people that present the same sort of characteristics and traits that you have already done healing work around, and things like that. But it's not that you haven't done enough healing work for it to not kind of have an impact and shift your vibration to a different frequency. It's more that you're being tested as to whether you really have integrated the lessons from those experiences, or whether you need to go through those cycles again. But it'll be very easy for you to just kind of say, no thank you, that's not part of my chosen reality anymore, and shed that. It's just that final cycle it feels like you're going through at the moment. And regardless of your sexual orientation, or whether you're a male or female, whatever you associate with, there is an energy of nurturing and being in tap with that's not quite a sentence, in connection and in tune with your divine feminine energy. And with this card here, because we have the duality of the pink and the blue, to me that is talking about the two divine energies of the divine masculine and divine feminine, and you've done the work to integrate them. And you may find that you are, as part of your activation and light codes that you've been downloading and the energy shifts that are going on, you may find that you're very in tune with your third eye at the moment. Because I keep being drawn back to this, and then I've noticed on this one, for me, the eyes of this being is really standing out in contrast, and with the wings here as well. This almost makes me think of a butterfly. So yeah, you're very much coming out of that cocoon, or about to come out of that cocoon, because you're getting this new information. And even here, end of a cycle, things are closing out that don't serve you anymore, that are no longer in energetic alignment with who you are and who you're becoming, and who you've been becoming through this healing journey that you're on. So yeah, there's very much a shift that's happening within you, but that's almost coming to an end. So, because it is, you may find that because of the light codes and downloads that you've been having, you may find that you may be drawn to studying or retraining in something new, so that you can retrain in a new career and completely change the path that you're on as well, because it mentions higher learning, but it's all part of your soul growth that you're going through, and that's enabling you to level up in a soul level, as well as it almost feels like completing a stage of what you came here to learn. Whatever it is that's led you to this moment, and to make these adjustments and go through this rebirth, it was all divinely orchestrated and divinely planned. And also, if you do feel like you're being tested, if there is anything that you find that, although you've made a lot of changes and integrated a lot of new information, and you have processed a lot of the lessons that you came here to learn, if there is anything that is kind of not any big things, but the little sort of straggly bits that you need to kind of still energetically tidy up and tie up loose ends, you're being asked to do that at the moment, because it's going to propel you forwards. It's just the last little bits that you're doing as you're closing out this cycle that you've been through. So hopefully that tells you whether this is your pile and whether it resonates. And we're going to get some tarot to see what messages want to come through for you. From your soul family. This could be people who you haven't met because they're part of your soul tribe. It can be an energetic connection, or it could be the higher selves of people that you already know, or even people who are part of your soul family who are watching over you, that aren't currently incarnated in the 3D. Sorry, I had a moment then where I suddenly panicked that I hadn't pressed record, because I have a tendency to misjudge it, think that I've pressed it and I haven't. So we're just going to do one last shuffle. And let's see. What messages do Pile 1's soul tribe have for them? What messages do Pile 1's soul tribe have for them, please, Spirit? 3 of Pentacles, the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, you're being called to come back out of that shell and to work with others and collaborate. What messages are there, please? Pile 1's, from Pile 1's soul tribe. What do they want them to know? Can I get one more, please? So, and we also have the Gate of Wands, so it's going to be quite fast moving. When you come out of this cocoon phase, and because the Hermit, when it's upright, as you can see, you've been sitting there and doing your internal work and focusing on that inner spark of that source energy that's within you, and it's time now to not resist coming out of that cocoon phase, because it's time to work with others again, and it's going to be very fast moving. You may get, because of your third eye opening, you may get intuitive nudges come through, or you may get visions, or there's some kind of psychic connection that you're going to experience or are experiencing, and it's that's going to be bringing you messages that are going to align you with your soul tribe if you aren't already in contact with them in 3D. And by letting go of the last little bits and pieces that are kind of energetically holding you back, it's the tying up of those little things that aren't serving you, and it's going to allow you that freedom to move forwards. And after all the healing that you've done, the waters are going to feel a lot calmer, and things are going to be flowing a lot easier, because you're stepping into the Magician energy, and everything that you want to pull towards you is going to come. You're going to be like a master manifester, and you have everything that you need at your disposal. And with this particular magician in this deck, with the energy coming out of the palm of their hand as they sit there, it may be that you are finding that you are particularly sensitive to energy, and You may even be an energy worker of some kind. It might have been part of your healing journey that you've been going through, and you may be drawn to things like Reiki, angel therapy, something that is going to be working with energy with your hands. Is what I'm really being called to. So that may be quite significant for you as well. Obviously, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Also, if you've been resisting the re-emergence into life and kind of putting yourself back out there again, then your soul family are coming forwards to say that they are ready to support you, and everything is lining up in your escrow and will be coming in as soon as you get into that state of allowing and not trying to hide who you've become, because it feels very much like you've been tapping into your authentic self and who you are at a soul level, and now it's time. You're being asked to step forward and to shine your light and really be that lighthouse in the dark for others, because it's going to enable any of your soul family that you aren't currently in contact with to be able to find you more easily, because you'll be an authentic vibrational match to them and they'll be able to identify you and be drawn to you. So if you've been going through the stage where everything's already fallen away and you're either in the space where you don't really have anyone around you who can relate to what you've been going through or the work that you're currently doing and stepping into and really kind of being who you truly are, because the old would have fallen away at some point, then your soul tribe they're there and ready and waiting. I keep being drawn back to the Three of Pentacles here, and it feels like this is going to be you with your soul family and soul tribe, building something together, either with the soul tribe that you already are in contact with, or if you aren't, then they're going to be showing up, and it feels like there's going to be two of them coming in, and you're going to be building something together. You'll be sharing your experiences and learning from each other, as well as supporting each other and being each other's biggest cheerleaders, so that you can finally feel like you aren't doing this on your own. You're already energetically connected to them, and you may already be feeling that connection, as I said earlier, with the third eye activation. But there's also something about working with them in the 3D to create something together, and it's almost like it's part of your soul journey and soul path, like it was what you all agreed to do together before you came here. And although the Four of Wands is in reverse, but it feels like you're breaking out of the norm, you're breaking out of expectations, because the Four of Wands talks about stability, and to me it's like the four walls that we build, that builds a home. But to me, with it being in reverse, it doesn't feel like it's in a negative way. It feels more of a sense of freedom. So you may be drawn to like the traveling nomad kind of lifestyle, and it may be that you are building something together. It may be a business that you end up building together, or you are already working on your own as as a remote worker or your own business that allows you to travel. And by traveling, when you're on your travels, that's when you're going to meet your soul tribe if you haven't already met them. There's something about that freedom and being on the move and traveling. So it may be that you have a love for travel if you don't already have that kind of lifestyle. And if you don't, then it may be just that you find somewhere that is close to home, but it will open up your opportunities to meet new people that are like-minded, and it's that's going to be bringing in your soul tribe, because it feels like they are ready and waiting to come in. For some of you, it may be that you already know them, but because you haven't been a vibrational match with them, then you haven't clicked and truly recognized each other. And that would be part of your journey. If that's the case, then it may be that you go to something that is more in alignment with your authentic self, who you are now and who you've become through the healing journey that you've been in. And it's that where you will bump into your soul tribe again, even if you already know them. But things will feel different between you because of the energy shifts and the downloads and everything that you've been going through. And it's that's going to make that connection possible, because you've gone through those shifts and you're now in alignment with each other. So we're going to use this little diddy deck, and we're going to get messages from Spirit as to how Spirit is helping you to come into alignment with your soul tribe, if you don't know them already, or how to deepen that connection with your soul tribe. So, Spirit, what can you tell us about Pile 1's soul tribe? How are you helping them come into union with their soul tribe, please, Spirit? How are you helping Pile 1 come into union with their soul tribe? Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's all about following your passions, Pile 1. Staying authentic and true to yourself, and there may be an offer of something that will lead you more deeply down that path, and an opportunity to attend something where you may meet other like-minded people. So keep an eye out for that as well. How else are you helping, please, Spirit? How are you helping bring Pile 1 into alignment? How are you helping Pile 1 meet their soul family, please, and soul tribe? So we have the Three of Pentacles coming out again, which just backs up everything that I was saying about this over here earlier. So Three of Pentacles is all about working with others and kind of getting out there, and it can also be to do with learning as well, and apprenticeships. So if you are retraining to do something else that you haven't done before, and having a career shift, then Spirit is helping you with that, and you are being encouraged to pursue that learning, or pursue that new environment and community that you're looking to join. And with the Nine of Cups here, it's not that. Nine of Cups is all about moving away from something, and it's not that what you're moving away from is anything really bad, but you know that there's something missing. But at the same time, you're good on your own. So you are being supported in being on your own right now. There's nothing to be ashamed of or feel like you need to have people around you. And I think that you already know that, but it's just kind of reiterating that and really just supporting you in that. And then on the back of the deck we have the Star, which is all about wish fulfillment and really, because with the Star it links with Sirius, the star system Sirius, and which may also be where your star family or your soul tribe originates from, if you associate it as being a star seed. So, and Spirit's just kind of confirming that if that resonates for you, then it's just a confirmation there. But Spirit is helping your wishes to be fulfilled, because you've already done so much work, and it's time to just be in that soft divine feminine energy. It's almost like an empress kind of energy that's just allowing that abundance and those connections to come to you because of the vibrational set point that you're in. So, and then to end your reading, we are going to get some cards and use this oracle deck to get some cards which will be messages from your soul tribe as well. So, can we get some messages please for pile 1 from their soul tribe? We have Earth Star Chakra. Get some messages please for pile 1 from the soul tribe. And we have Radical Expansion. I'll read those to you in a minute. Let's just get one more. Do we have any more messages please from pile 1's soul tribe? Can I get one more please? Messages from pile 1's soul tribe. And we have Luminescence. So let's see what's on the back of the deck for you first. Internal Explorer. When we stop looking outside ourselves and surrender to a soft inner focus, we have access to unlimited information and resources. When we stop thinking with the glass ceiling of our intellect, we have access to multidimensional wisdom from collective consciousness. Everything is there within you, waiting for expression. You are invited to explore the state of flow. You are an infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have the permission you felt you needed. Go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. And that really makes me think of the Akashic Records. So that may be something that you have been called to or that you already work with, and that's just kind of reaffirming that as well. And we also have Earth Star Chakra, Initiation. You are standing at a gateway into the unknown with trust in your heart, ancient remembering in your soul, and inner illumination to light the way. You have access to the seat of creation, the spark of existence, and the codes that hold the blueprints of who and what we are. This place is clear and grounded despite moving through multi-dimensional realms and able to bridge worlds while functioning in a physical reality. The higher you reach for the divine and the realms of spirit, the more important it is to anchor deeply to the earth. So yeah, it's really important for you to stay grounded, because you've been going through all of the light activations and with your third eye opening as well that you may be experiencing. If you can ground that into the physical, into your body, then it enables you to tap into those gifts more easily, because you're coming from a grounded place as well. So, and that can be spending time in nature or just focusing on your breathing and being present in your body as well. And we also have radical expansion. It's time for radical ways of being and thinking, and you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radically unconventional gifts. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as your ideas or offerings might be, they could be just what the world is waiting for, what the world wants. Be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. So yeah, it's time to, obviously, if you 100% don't feel ready to come out of that cocoon, then no one can force you to do that. But even if you don't feel ready, but you feel capable of taking that next step and stepping out back into the world from the hermit energy that you've been in, that we looked at earlier, this is really kind of supporting you, and yeah, it's a beautiful, really lovely energy, pile 1. And we also have luminescence. When we journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness, illusion drops away, and we see what is real. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting. You may be experiencing inner dissonance due to what you are trying to push away. This card is about self-love, deep, compassionate, unconditional love that brings you into wholeness. Luminescence means essence of light. Nothing shines like a heart emanating with love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept all your shades, to allow more light and love inside and out of your world. So yeah, your soul tribe are being really supportive of you to just, I say just, it's not always that easy, but to really step into who you are and to let the world see that part of you, and to just be really authentic in who you are, and to stay grounded at the same time because of the energies that you are now working with and the shifts that you have been through. So I think that's all I have for you, pile 1. I am sending you so much love, and thank you for letting me read for you. I hope that this resonates and is helpful, and I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Please feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so, and if you're new to the channel, you'll be notified of when my next video goes up, and I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, pile 2. So this is going to be your reading if you chose the clear quartz point, and I'm just going to pop it up there. So for the first part of the reading, we are going to look at oracle cards, which are going to represent the energy that you're in at the moment, and hopefully it should give you some insight into whether this is your pile. If this doesn't resonate, then feel free to check out another pile. If none of the piles resonate for you, then it may be that there isn't a message here for you in this reading, but feel free to check out any of my other videos, or if you feel called to do so anyway. So we have your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Alchemy, the philosopher's stone, with infinity and destiny and magic. And we have Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. And we have I'm sorry, defensiveness, righting past wrongs and uprooting. So let me just adjust these so that we can squeeze them all in, because it's been a while since we've done a reading with oracle cards as well. You'd think by now, on the second pile, I'd have figured out where the cards go so that they would fit. But never mind. So, pile 2. It feels like you've kind of got yourself a bit strung out and you're worrying whether what you're doing and the path that you're on is the right one for you. But with the alchemy card here, to me it's saying that you are, because you have destiny on this card. And when we add the 2 and the 6 together, it makes 8, and to me that talks about the 8th house, which is, I believe, is to do with endings of cycles and new beginnings. I could be wrong on that one, but I believe that's what it means. And also, even with this card, there's no wrong path, and you're aligned with purpose. You may be facing a crossroads, but whatever it is that you decide, then that's what's right for you. If there's something that you've been working towards and you're now starting to question whether... Sorry about that, party. Where were we? Because of the boxes that just fell, the boxes for the oracle cards, and I stuck them in a silly place, and so it all fell. But it may be that it may be kind of significant for you, because they don't normally fall from that particular spot that I put them in. But it may be that you're worrying that if you make the wrong decision, then everything's going to go wrong and come crashing down around you. But you're being reassured that there is no wrong decision to make. There is no wrong path to be on. One of the options in this crossroads may mean that you need to move, and it may require some kind of uprooting. Which may be what's making you feel slightly out of balance, and whether it's truly right for you because of being brave enough to take that leap. But there's something about this card that I keep being drawn back to, with the mirroring here. And there's something about the feeling of potentially losing something. Or that you're making the decision to walk away from something and you're worried that you're going to regret it. It could also signify, this may not be for all of you, but if this is regarding a relationship and it's involving a divine counterpart, and because you all mirror each other's energy, it could be a message coming through from you that they are apologizing. If they've been defensive with you, or if things kind of ended abruptly as well. But it's okay if that is the case, and this is talking about a divine counterpart, because it may not be the case for all of you, but that's, the more that I sit with the energy, the more that's starting to feel like that's what is coming up and what you're going through at the moment or have been through. And with this crossroads, if you are trying to decide whether you are waiting for your divine counterpart to come back around and to come back in, because of there can be a chaser and runner dynamic, because one part of the soul is normally more advanced spiritually than the other. You'll normally find that one is very spiritually connected and one is very focused on the 3D and physical, tangible side of life. But if you're trying to decide whether to wait or whether to move on, then you will be supported in either choice that you make. And there is nothing to say that you can't move on and move forwards with your life. You don't have to be sitting around and waiting to see whether they will come back around again or not, because it isn't what they would want for you. And yes, your commitment is being tested as to whether this is going to play out or not, because it is destined, but it's also infinite. So you'll always be connected to them regardless of whether you are with them in the 3D or not. There will always be an energetic intertwining and connection because of that duality and that being part of the same soul, if you identify as being part of a TF journey. But it does feel like they will eventually come back around, but don't wait for them, because you are aligned with your purpose. With the Akashic Stargate card here, you are already aligned with that purpose and with your purpose while you're here. And with this card with all the mirrors on as well, it's like there are infinite possibilities laid out in front of you. Even if you aren't with this person, there will be multiple choices for you and other soulmates that will come in if you choose to walk away and cut ties. And there is nothing wrong with that at all. If that's what's right for you, then that's what you need to do. You aren't automatically tied to this person in the fact of you have to be with them and that you're destined to be together. It's part of the soul growth, whether you are with them or not. However, if it's something that, if you don't know them in the 3D and you're questioning, although you may be able to feel them energetically, you're questioning whether they're actually out there and whether they're going to come in to your life and to start that journey together, then these cards to me say that it will happen. You will meet them, it will come in, but your belief is being tested as to whether that is actually possible. Because although there are energetic and soul ties within divine counterpart relationships, it's also down to whether we actually believe that we are worthy of those connections, and whether, because obviously we all have free will. So although it may be that it's something that was on the cards when we came into this lifetime, it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to play that out. You always have free will and choice over who you're with and how you spend your life. And with the commitment is being tested card being here, it's really kind of making me feel like you're being asked to look at your beliefs as to whether you feel that this is possible and whether you are practicing those positive thoughts and the gratitude, and really kind of being in that vibrational set point that would allow your counterpart to come in. Because if we aren't in alignment and those sorts of things, because even with this one, although it says aligned with purpose, we have more than one purpose when we come here, and there will be like soul missions that we do on our own before coming into alignment with our divine counterpart. So if you're looking for confirmation as to whether they are out there, then yes, to me this is very much what that is. And I feel like I'm just kind of going around in circles. So we're going to get some tarot in a second, but if it's something that you've been going through for a while, if this is your pile, you will know by now. Because you all know exactly what I'm talking about, and the cyclical journey that you've been going on. You may feel like you've been going around in circles with this particular soul, or you're connecting and then disconnecting, where they're going through that runner phase again. Because chances are, if you're watching this, you are the chaser, not the runner. But yeah, it feels like it's been something that's going on for some time, whether it be in this lifetime or a previous lifetime, where you've not quite finished closing out your soul growth to be able to come into alignment with each other in 3D. And so it's been kind of an ongoing thing where you're coming together, triggering each other, and then passing again to initiate that healing. But obviously you don't have to wait for them. To be fair, we shouldn't wait for anyone. If they're not ready to be with us, then it's time to get a groove on, and just go about life. But we will see in your tarot, because this was meant to be a soul tribe reading, and it feels like it's been kind of commandeered, although they will be part of your soul tribe anyway. So I don't know quite why I said that. And now the cards don't want to shuffle. Come on. Right, we're going to try this one more time. One last. See if we can get a good shuffle. And then we'll get some tarot about this as well. There we go. That will do. So what does Pile 2's soul tribe want them to know about this situation? What does Pile 2's soul tribe want them to know about this situation? What do Pile 2's... which one? No. What does Pile 2's soul tribe want them to know about this situation? That one. Okay. About this situation. Can I get one more, please? And so we have the Three of Wands in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's something blocking this from coming in. Three of Wands, sorry. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands in reverse, Eight of Cups, and Three of Pentacles. What have we got on the back of the deck? The Moon. Yeah, there's still a lot of deep healing going on in this situation, and things aren't in alignment as yet. They're still very... it's probably feeling quite stagnant, quite blocked. It's quite a restrictive sort of energy. There's a lot of passion here, and it's very passionate and tangible, but things aren't quite in alignment as yet for this to pan out and to really go in the direction that you want it to be going in just yet. There's still a lot of healing that needs to be done, and so they're not quite ready to come in with the offer. And with the Eight of Cups here, you can see that although she's good on her own and she had this bowl of fire here, which to me is like the creativity, passion and things like that, all the tangible things, emotional things that would make you happy. But she's being divinely guided and called away from that in search of something better and bigger. And that could potentially be what you're going through at the moment. You can see that this isn't ready to go anywhere, and if you're of the, because this feels kind of divided, if you're of the group that already knows who this person is, then it feels like you, although it's not what you want to hear, and I know that, it feels like you already know that things have stagnated and you've been going round in this cycle over and over again, and it is time to really kind of go out and live your life without worrying about this connection and whether or not this is going to come round again, because if it's meant to, then it will. But there are quite possibly experiences that you need to have separate from each other before that can be possible, and whether that ends up being in this lifetime or the next, it will depend on your situation. But with the moon being your overall energy on the back of the deck here for the situation, things are the emotions that are involved run very deeply. And even with the two wolves here, to me that speaks of the duality between the feminine and masculine within all of us. And it also, to me, mirrors the card that we have here with I'm sorry. But this can also be quite illuminating because of it being a full moon. So although the light is softer, it can illuminate in a way that the sun doesn't, and things can be very different. But it's a very feminine card with the moon, and it feels like this is the beginning of your energy with the first quarter moon, and it's going through and ending out that phase, or that cycle I should say, with the full moon. Or depending how you look at it, it could be halfway through as well, if you go from new moon to new moon. But things are kind of coming to that head and that point where you can see things more clearly and know sort of the steps that you need to take. But just know that whatever you choose, you can't go wrong. You're going to be supported and guided, and if you're of the group that haven't yet met this person in 3D, and you're waiting for them to come in because you're already energetically aware of them, it's not going to happen just yet. You're being asked to focus on yourself and your own emotional fulfillment and well-being, and keep that vision, because it is destined. This, regardless of which group you're in, this connection was destined to happen in this lifetime, and play out the way that it has or is. And that is part of your soul journey in this lifetime, regardless of what the outcome is of this connection. It was part of your soul's journey within this lifetime. So it is very divinely guided. Wow. So we're going to use this little mini deck to get some more information on how Spirit is supporting you in this situation. And then we're going to use this deck over here to get messages from your soul tribe. So, Spirit, how are you helping pile? Oh, hello, that's a lot of cards. I'm not going to take all of them because that is a lot, but we will take that one. And the Ace of Pentacles. So, Spirit, can I get some more, please? How are you helping support pile 2 in this situation? They're determined. A lot of cards coming out. Okay, let's have a look what's on the back of the deck. So we have the Magician on the back of the deck. So yeah, Spirit is supporting you and making sure that you have everything that you need to really kind of support yourself and to manifest the life that you want. It's a matter of holding that vision. Because of your commitment being tested, it's holding the vision of not the person, if you know them already, but hold the vision of what you would want a relationship to look like with your divine counterpart. How would you want it to feel? How would you want to feel in that relationship? And by focusing on that, you're going to, without getting bogged down by fear or of negative beliefs that it's not possible, if you can stay in that high vibrational set point of the Magician, you're going to call it in a lot quicker. But that is part of how Spirit is helping you. And Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, they're making sure that you're looked after and that you have the stability and everything that you need to navigate through this, because it isn't an easy journey to be on. And we have the Seven of Swords, Six of Cups, and the Chariot. So yeah, it feels like things are potentially being kind of, that the details are being kept from you, you're being kept in the dark. But this is with the Six of Cups here, it is a soul connection, and you may have spent many lifetimes together with this particular soul, because it's all about nostalgia and things like that. So, but there's a kind of sneaky energy that's kind of over the top of this. So it feels like Spirit is helping to uncover the things, because of it coming out on top of these two. Spirit is helping to remove the things that are stopping you from being able to see this connection for what it is, and being able to really connect at a deeper level. And I think it's really interesting to note, because one of the moon's meanings is the things that are hidden. And then with the Seven of Swords coming out, it just kind of feels like, and I feel like I'm trying to really pull the information out of the cards and the energy that I'm reading. It's like there's something that's being kept from you because it isn't time for you to know, and I'm not being privy to that information because I'm not meant to be passing it on to you. So you're being protected from that information, not because the information is necessarily bad, it's just that it isn't time yet for you to know the information. But things are going to be kind of moving forwards, and it's a matter of making sure that there's balance, and Spirit is helping you with that. Spirit's helping you find the balance that you need between focusing on yourself and allowing this to come in, if that's what's meant to happen. But Spirit is helping to move things forwards, and as and when they're meant to, it's almost like your divine counterpart is quite reluctant at the moment to come forwards. Quite possibly because of where they're at the moment on their journey. They may be feeling quite restricted themselves. They may even feel like they don't have what they think or feel that you deserve to bring forward and offer to you right now. But Spirit is working with them to help clear that and to bring about their new tangible beginning, and to give them the stability that they may feel like they don't have at the moment, which is going to allow things to be cleared away and to move forwards. But there's very much a need to find balance within yourself while you're waiting, or not waiting, that feels like the wrong word to use, but while you're at this kind of impasse at the moment where nothing's really moving forwards, it's all about finding that balance within yourself. And this could also mean the balance between your masculine and feminine energy within yourself as well. So we're going to get some messages here using this deck from your person or soul tribe, because it feels like this reading has been all about one particular soul that is wanting to come in, or in the process of clearing out things to come in, if you're open to that. It may be that you've still got some healing to do to be able to feel like you can surrender and allow this to play out. If that's the case, then that's what you need to kind of be focusing on. But let's get some messages from your soul tribe. Can you get some messages, please, from pile 2 soul tribe? Messages, please, from pile 2 soul tribe. And we have heart chakra, unfurling back to love. This chakra card represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel love and be loved. Love heals. God, it's getting late. God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Have compassion, expand your awareness and heart-centered radiance for all beings on the planet. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of the planet. and in all of its perfect balance, loving you back. So yeah, I love that card for you. It may be important for you at the moment to practice a lot of self-care and self-love as well, so that you can find that compassion for yourself. So can we get some more messages, please? There we go, it's 2 more. Awakened awareness. There are many levels of awakening. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Stay aligned with your inner guidance and do what you love to keep your vibe high. Seek not instant pleasure, but substantial and sustainable joy. Eat healthily, keep your body active, and have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answers to your prayers. Find your unique way to connect with the divine inside you, not as an external seeking, but as a receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the question at hand with a different perspective. Look between the lines for a deeper interpretation. And then we also have surrender. Trusting that we can achieve more by loosening control can take great courage. Sometimes the most constructive way forward is to stop forcing things into being, rather than allowing, inviting and drawing a project into being. The energy here is of frustration as you are pushing something heavy up a mountain, and gravity or flow don't seem to be on your side. Use this awareness as a guide when you start to detour from your path. When control is released, so too is resistance. Loosen your hold on the reins and know the universe will catch you. Trust, let the great mysteries reveal themselves. And on the back of the deck, we have life force energy. Revel in the bliss of being alive. This card is packed with luminous life force energy for optimal health and healing. As much as possible, seek joy and upliftment in everything you do. Consider the foods you eat, the environments you spend time in, the people in your life, and what you wear. Increase your awareness of how things come to be in your world and their energetic resonance. You may be inspired to work with healing energies, with the land, perhaps to grow vegetables. You are encouraged to joyously make life a piece of Eden. As a result, you will shine with vitality. So yeah, pile 2. It's really, the messages coming through are just, they back up everything else that I've been saying about surrendering and really just allowing things to unfold, because you can't force things to happen any quicker than they are. So yeah, you're just being asked to surrender and trust, and really kind of stay true to yourself and take care of yourself and your own energy and well-being, and to focus on you at this time. So I hope that has been helpful for you, and thank you ever so much for letting me read for you. I really appreciate you being here, and I'm sending you so much love. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Please feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so. And if you're new, then you'll be notified of when my next video goes up. And yeah, I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 3. This is your reading if you chose the smoky quartz point. Firstly, I would like to apologise for lighting. My light just doesn't seem to want to work tonight, so hopefully it won't take away from your reading too much. We are going to do an energy check with these oracle cards, just so that you can see that it is your reading. This will be your current energy, and then we'll get tarot for the situation that you need to, that you're that your soul family want to talk to you about, and we'll get some other bits and pieces as well. So I also apologise in advance because it is late and I'm getting tired. It won't affect the reading, but I may start rambling. So let's have a look at your oracle cards. We have a new romantic cycle begins. I will try not to ramble too much, but when I'm tired I have a tendency to go off on a tangent and get a bit lost in what I'm saying. So just to pre-warn you. We also have Nephilim, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Nephilim. Controversial, assessing new perspectives. And we also have Star Being, healing codes. Nearly read that wrong. Important information, wounds are healed, recharging. And we also have the Golden Children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. Wow, that's an interesting energy that we're working with here. So it feels like you've been finding balance, and you've been doing a lot of healing, inner child work, and just kind of taking that time for you and to heal those wounds. And there's almost a childlike playfulness to you as well, pile 3. But this is allowing you to really tap into your gifts and use that innocence as a strength, because it's also allowing you to gain new perspectives, and they may not be exactly what fits the norm in society, especially with this star being here as well. You may be very connected with nature and the earth as a whole, and to the energies that shift as well, especially with everything that's going on the planet at the moment anyway, because there's a lot of different energies and it's quite chaotic right now. But you may have just met someone, or it may be that because of the healing work that you have been doing, you're kind of falling in love with yourself and finding that balance of your inner world and outer worlds as well, because obviously our outer worlds are a reflection of our inner world. But you've been through a lot of the work already, and this is more about, it feels like a closing out of a cycle rather than something that you are still in. So hopefully that gives you a bit of kind of insight. What else have we got here? I want to make sure that I get as much as possible out of this for you. You may, with this archway here, it's making me think of a doorway of light, and you may resonate as being a starseed, or it may be something that you've only recently heard about and started to learn about. But that's what these children here that are walking towards this gateway of light really making me think of. So you may have come, it almost feels like you may have originated or been, not necessarily originated, but that this isn't the only planet that you've been to in your reincarnations. You've been to other places as well, but you chose to come here to Earth because of particular healing and and work that you wanted to do, because you knew that it was going to give you important insight and information that you wouldn't be able to experience on the other planets or in the other galaxies or dimensions. It's a unique experience that you could only have here on Earth, which may be to do with your relationships, or it could just be to do with your own inner journey. But then relationships, they bring a dimension to our healing and experiences anyway. I'm interested as to what this new moon in Libra is really referring to. But we will get the tarot, which should give us a bit more insight on that particular thing. I suddenly had a moment then of, have I got the microphone on? Which I have. But I told you, I get a bit more spaced out. And way more rambly. But if you're here and this is your pile, it may be that you like talking about random things as well. Or you might also be a night owl, same as me. We will see. So, what messages are there, please, for pile 3 from their soul tribe? What messages are there for pile 3 from their soul tribe, please? Ooh, strength. I'm loving that. Which one, please? That one. Okay. And the 5 of Cups. What does pile 2? What messages are there, please, from pile 2's soul tribe? What messages are there, please, from pile 2's soul tribe? What have we got on the back of the deck? So we've also got 4 of Cups upright, 7 of Swords in reverse, and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so it feels very much like your soul tribe is commending you for your strength and your courage, for the healing that you've done and the journey that you've been on with your inner child, and really healing those deep core wounds. They may have been something that originated from your childhood that you've been healing as well. But there's a feeling like you're missing out on that, and that's I'm using those words because that feels like how it would feel to you, like you're missing out on your emotional fulfillment. Because I keep being drawn to how she's just kind of sitting here and she looks really fed up, looking off into the distance, probably thinking about the 3 empty cups that are here, not realizing that she's got a whole rainbow being poured into this one cup that she isn't looking at. So it may be important for you to kind of refocus and bring your attention back to those small things that you can focus on and be grateful for. It doesn't matter how small they are. It's about shifting your mindset. And because you may be prone to self-sabotaging as well, because you're not expecting a positive outcome from situations and you have a tendency to expect the worst. But if you are if you're always expecting the worst, then that's what you're going to see, and you're more likely to manifest that into your life as well. Because this situation there isn't anything sneaky or being kept from you about it. Everything that you want is, it feels like it's right there on the edge of your vision. It's just that you feel like you can't see it. So because you can't see it, you believe that it isn't coming. And it could be making you procrastinate and not actually put the work in that would lead you to your 10 of Cups and your complete, yeah, you've got the 7 of Cups underneath, which is all about choices. It's very much about, the messages coming through for you are very much about making decisions that will lead, having the courage to make the decisions that will lead to the outcome that you desire the most, and focusing on your desired outcome rather than dwelling on what hasn't gone right for you in the past, or even kind of reflecting on the healing that you've been doing and feeling like you wouldn't be enough for someone, for this new romantic cycle to begin. Because if you believe that you aren't good enough to have that relationship that you want and that deep, fulfilling connection, you may find smoky quartz particularly helpful. I forgot to do this with the other piles, to be honest, to talk about the properties of the crystal that you've chosen. But with this particular one, because it helps to ground, and it also helps to transmute negative energy as well. So you may find it helpful to look into smoky quartz if you don't have any already. You may find that quite beneficial to help you shift out of this energy, because it kind of absorbs that negativity and neutralizes it. And it's also very grounding because it connects with your root chakra, so which will make you, or help you to feel more stable and more secure in yourself. Because I keep being drawn back to the healing work that you've been doing, and when we haven't finished really integrating those lessons and really kind of accepting what's happened and where we're at, it can be hard to move forward from that and to feel like you have anything to offer. So that may be the state that you're in at the moment, not feeling like you have something to offer and that would be of value in a relationship. So you won't take the steps to move forwards and put yourself out there and put the action steps in that would enable this to come in for you, because it feels quite self-imposed in a lot of ways because of the belief systems, your beliefs, and in a way sense of self-worth as well. And this may be something that you're still working through and gaining those new perspectives and really kind of assessing what it is that you've learned and things like that. But there is no shame in having a period of rest, because doing a lot of inner work and inner child work is very tiring, and it takes a lot out of you on a mental and emotional level. And there is absolutely nothing wrong in taking a break and just allowing yourself to rest, recharge, and really rejuvenate as well. And it may be, this is either a reflection of how you're feeling at the moment, or it could be that it is just one member of your soul tribe that is coming through. But each and every card, apart from the Golden Children card that you have over here, which feels more like where you came from and your connection to source at a soul level. Every card down here, which is relating to the messages to do with the current situation that you're in, they're all on their own. It's all just one person in each of the cards. And you may find that you are going through a phase where all of your past relationships from before, when you did your healing work, they've all fallen away, and you're going through that lull in between before your soul tribe begins to come in, because it doesn't feel like it's really time for your soul tribe to come in. And the member of your soul tribe that is bringing the messages through to you, it feels like they aren't actually in the 3D at the moment. They're watching you from either, they're either back at source or they're here watching over you in the 3D. And as I say that, it feels more that they are here watching over you in the 3D. But it's just one member of your soul tribe that's coming through with the messages, because they're here to kind of help you navigate. And you may find that they are sending you intuitive nudges, but they've been there with you through the healing to support you in an energetic way. And they're coming through with this message because it feels very much like you're in solitude at the moment, and it's not so much like a hermit energy, it's just that you don't have any of your soul tribe around you right now. And even if you do have people around you, you may feel like you aren't really resonating with them and connecting with them on that deeper soul level, because they aren't members of your soul tribe. But it's okay to be in that phase, because as you're clearing up your energy through the healing work that you've been doing, and you're gaining the new perspectives and really kind of allowing that love for yourself to come in, they will start to appear when the time is right, and they will start to come into your life. But it isn't an instantaneous thing. Like, you don't go through the energetic upgrades and do all of the healing work and then boof boof boof, they're all there. You know, there is a lull and a lag in between, because energy moves faster than what the 3D does. And it's all to do with, it's not, this is the thing, it's not so much that some things can take time to come in, but there's a lot to do with our beliefs as well. Our beliefs slow it down. So the energy of the way that we think and the way that we see things, it can block things from coming in. It can block our manifestations, which can be blocking your soul tribe from coming in, which is why you're feeling so isolated. But you have the strength and the courage to get through this as well. There isn't anything, I don't know why I'm feeling called to say this, but it feels like it's something that you would need to hear. There isn't anything wrong with you, Pile 3. There isn't anything broken about you. There isn't anything that makes you unlovable or that people won't want to be with you. It's simply that the people that are part of your soul tribe and that will really get you and connect with you, and that you can have that deep connection with, they just haven't come in yet. but it isn't a reflection on who you are and what your worth is. So it's really important that you hear that. Like, there is nothing wrong with you. You aren't broken. And the things that you've been through, that you are doing the healing work and working through and doing your inner child work, because it feels like that may still be ongoing or towards the end of the cycle. None of that, none of your past experiences reflect on your true worth, and none of those experiences that you've been through affect how lovable you are and your worthiness of being loved. Because regardless of what it is, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that you can go through that means that you aren't worthy of love. It doesn't matter what it is, how deeply it affected you, and how much healing you have had to do as a result of it. It does not take away from your value and your lovability. Obviously, it's a bit different if you're some kind of mass murderer, but if you were, I very much doubt that you'd be here. So, I'm just trying to make light of it a little bit. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with you, and it's all about your mindset that is blocking things from coming in. And there's just such an emphasis on focusing on your own self-love journey and self-care as well, because you may not be able to see it, and this is the case for so many of us. It's just part of the human condition. We can't see how strong we are, because the things that we go through, it's a testament that you are still here. That is what shows your true strength. It's the fact that you've been through those and you've come out the other side, and every day you have chosen yourself over the experience that you went through, the trauma, and you have chosen yourself over giving up and not doing the work. You have chosen to show up, do the healing each and every day, no matter how hard it was. You got through it because you are here. And yeah, it's just so important for you to hear, and to really learn to lovingly accept yourself as you are, because everything else, once you can do that, everything else will just fall into place. And yeah, this card, the new romantic cycle begins with the new moon in Libra. It's all about finding that balance within yourself and knowing your own worth. And the way that you're going to achieve that is through continuing to have the strength and the courage that you have done countless times. Every time that you have got up and carried on and been knocked down and got up and dusted yourself off again and then carried on. You may have taken the time or needed time to rest and to take time out to really heal and integrate those. But it's all about finding that balance, and like your internal emotional balance. So you may find that the things that could be helpful, we're going to get some more cards in a moment. I know I've been talking for ages. I did warn you, this is kind of what happens late at night. Just can't stop me talking. But it's very much about things like gratitude journaling, being able to find things that bring you joy, and that really kind of has a sense of play to it, because I keep being drawn to the Strength card, which is linked with Leo energy, and obviously we are currently in Leo season when I'm filming this and when it will go up. And this will actually go up before the 888 portal, I do believe, which is linked with Leo energy and the Lion's Gate. But there is this opportunity to really kind of step into yourself, and although Leos are depicted as being very headstrong, stubborn, I know because I am one, we can't help ourselves, but there's also a very, very childlike quality to Leos as well, and that kind of sense of play, because although we can be very serious and very headstrong and get things done and are natural leaders and all of those sorts of things that you would normally associate with Leo, but there's also a need for play and that childlike energy of curiosity to Leos as well. You'll find a lot of Leos are just big kids, we're complete softies, and there's that real duality to us. Not that the other signs are any less than, it's just obviously I have a slightly different insight into Leo energy, but that's what it's kind of drawing me to, finding that need to play. And with these two cards here, to me it's quite a stagnant energy, and the way that she's just kind of sitting there looking down, and so you may find it really helpful to do something that moves your body, to get up, dance, put your favourite music on, and really kind of bring that sense of play and curiosity and movement into your day as well. So we're going to use, before I waffle on too much longer, I don't know how long this reading is going to turn out, but we will see. They've all been a bit longer than usual. We're going to use this mini deck, which I love. If you follow me, you will kind of gather that I like little decks. But we are going to use these to get some information on how Spirit is helping you with this situation. So, Spirit, how are you supporting my pile threes, please, in this situation? How are you supporting my pile threes? And we have the Hermit, the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Wands. So, yes, there may be a need to rest. If you're trying to push forward and you are not ready to do so, then you could burn yourself out, especially with all of the inner healing that you've been doing and the inner child work. It may be that you need to kind of take that time out, go into your shell and just allow yourself to be, because there's insight still available that you may not have uncovered as yet, that's within you. And it's going to, by doing that, by doing the, not necessarily the inner work, but by going within and reflecting on how you're thinking, the way that you're talking to yourself as well, whether you are talking to yourself from a positive standpoint or whether you are being negative towards yourself, being mindful of that, and practicing mindfulness in general. But it's going to lead you to having a change in perspective, which is also what the Nelflum card up here, Nelflum? I don't know, I'm probably butchering the word, but but this card up here talks about new perspectives, and that is what Spirit is helping you with, to be able to take the time to rest and, pardon me, to really, yeah, there's energy shifting. Normally I only get wind when there is energy shifting within the path, so I do apologize, but then at the same time it's a good thing for you that the energy is shifting. And they're also helping you to reconnect with your passions here with the Queen of Wands, because the Queen of Wands is very home orientated, which goes very nicely with the Hermit as well. So you may find that you are drawn to spending time doing things around your home to really kind of enhance your environment and spark that creativity within you, whether it be that you are redecorating or doing some kind of creative project as well, that would help you at this time to kind of reignite and find that energy for wanting to move forwards. But it's okay to take that time to just kind of be creative and play. And on the back of the deck we have strength. So strength is mirrored with what we have here. So it's just kind of reiterating that, and Spirit is helping you to dig deep and find that strength and that courage that you may feel like you are lacking in at the moment, given this current situation and things that you've been working through, because you're probably feeling pretty drained and exhausted right now, pile 3. So we're going to wrap things up with this little oracle deck, and we are going to get messages from your soul tribe to see what they would say to you. What would pile 3's soul tribe say to them, please? Let me get some oracle cards on what pile 3's soul tribe would say. Starseed Elemental. Sometimes adulting can become too serious. See, what was I saying about play? When this happens, adding curiosity, fun, laughter and light-hearted sense of play to our perspective can be the most effective way to rebalance. Facing challenging circumstances with inquisitiveness can bring joy to whatever we are accomplishing. Imagine stepping into a child's shoes and seeing how they perceive the world. If you have a problem, consider how a child might solve it. Humans are evolving, and children can be our wisest teachers. May we nourish their big souls, listen to them with our hearts, and let their ways unveil fresh new eyes, so we may see a whole new world. See? Love it. Yes, it's really important for you to tap into that sense of play and just kind of find that lightheartedness that you've really been lacking. Because if we get kind of caught up in our healing and not kind of knowing, because we can never be completely healed, regardless of how long we work on our shadow selves or we're in therapy for. You know, healing is a life's journey, a life's work. It isn't something that can be accomplished in 6 months and then go, oh, we're fine now. There's going to be moments where we slip back into those old patterns, or a wound comes up that we weren't anticipating, and it's not a linear thing. It's like peeling back layers of an onion. So give yourself a break. You don't need to be healing constantly 24/7 and really pushing yourself that hard. You know, make time for play and that lightheartedness as well, because that's going to help you in your journey. And we also have crystal keys. Lemurian crystal quartz. No, I said that all in the wrong order. Let's scrap that and start again. Lemurian quartz crystals are special pieces of clear quartz said to have been encoded with great knowledge for the spiritual evolution of the human race. This card is about deciphering wisdom codes. Be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in the times when you feel triggered. There is so much information within our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself in a way tailored just for you. Wisdom comes through inner paradoxes. Be awed, in creative flow, or in a state of surrender. These crystals may be powerful keys to your spiritual evolution. So yes, watch out for those triggers, and because they're just another opportunity to learn and grow and evolve. So yes, what else would you say to pile 3? Pile 3, Soul Tribe. What else would you say to pile 3 if you could, please? Can I get one more for what you'd say to pile 3 if you could? What would you say to pile 3 if you could? Oops, Daisy. What would you say to pile 3 if you could? What messages do you have? Oh, hello. Who wants to come out? This is confusing. You? And you. Okay, that's more than I originally asked for. Let's see what we have here. So, gracious receptivity. If there were a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. What did I say about a gratitude journal? It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing, and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. Giving and receptivity is a two-way flow. Each allows space for the other. Gratitude, self-love, and self-worth are interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listing all you are grateful for, and notice how powerful you start to feel. From here, your gifting capacity can spiral upwards. See, definitely something worth looking into, gratitude journaling. And it doesn't even have to be anything complicated. You can just simply take a moment 3 times a day. So in the morning when you first get up, think of 3 things that you're grateful for, and then again when you sit down to have your lunch, think of 3 things that you're grateful for. They can be small things like having your favourite fruit for lunch or with your lunch, or I don't know, the sun shining when you get up in the morning. It's just simple little things, and then again before you go to bed, and it will help to shift your perspective and come from a place of gratitude. And you also have the sound of the universe. This card signifies those pivotal moments that transcend belief, remind us of a greater reality, and influence us so that life will never be the same again. It symbolizes the sound of the universe. Having your world shaken up even a little can invite a closer glimpse to the great mystery of life. There are a myriad, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but we're going to roll with it. There are myriad ways to peek behind the veil of the mundane. Ecstatic dance, spiritual exploration, and creative pursuits are just a few. Aim to imbue this awareness in your everyday existence so you can avoid the sudden wake-up calls. Listen for the hidden music, harmony, and wonder of your multi-dimensional world. And I did mention about getting up and dancing and moving your body, so that reiterates that as well. And then we're just going to take a look at what you have on the back of the deck, which is Leonyx. When we journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness, illusion drops away, and we see what is real. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting. You may be experiencing inner dissonance due to what you are trying to push away. This card is about self-love, deep, compassionate, unconditional love that brings you into wholeness. Luminescence means essence of light, Nothing shines like a heart emanating with love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept all your shades to allow more light and love inside and out of your world. So yeah, self-love is really, really important for you, pile 3. And your soul tribe is there rooting for you and offering you their guidance. So I hope that this has been helpful for you, and I'm sending you so much love. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Thank you ever so much for letting me read for you, and to your soul tribe as well for being here and helping me read for you. And please feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so, and you'll be notified of when my next video goes up. And literally every like or comment or subscription all helps to raise the channel as well, and kind of acts as an energy exchange for the reading. So yeah, if you feel called to do that, then please feel free to do so, and I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye.